Hui. Aloha mai kākou, aloha mahina ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi. Okay, ka mahina ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi. This is Hawaiian Language Month, and we are here at Hālau nā puahala kūnoi kekai for another week of HULA. So glad that you joined us. My name is Kumu Kanoi, and this is my trusty assistant. This is Eames Kalaniakea. Behind the camera, we got my husband, Eames' dad, Uncle Luke. So shout out to Uncle Luke for making it happen this morning. Aloha to all of you all around the globe. We have people joining us from different countries, different states, different time zones for sure. So be sure to let us know who you are, where you're joining us from. We are very happy to be celebrating the Hawaiian language this month and also some of the wise sayings that have been passed down from our ancestors, from our kupuna. And yeah, we also have a mele that's based on an ʻŌlelo Noʻeau about the ʻAʻaliʻi, which is a very resilient plant that can withstand wind, rain, and all kinds of troubles. So our hula this week and this month, I guess, is Pua ʻAʻaliʻi, and we are going to be tackling verse number 2 this week. Okay, so without further ado, I think it is time. Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hālau nā puahala kūnoi kekai. Every week on Saturdays, we do this Ohana Hula Saturdays where we're welcoming all of you to join us in our little routine of how we start our hula class. So the first thing that we always do is to start with our anthem. Now, this anthem was written by King David Kalakaua and Henry Berger, and it was written originally as a contender for the national anthem. It beat out another song which you might know, which is E Hawaiʻi e kuʻuone Hānaue. That one, of course, written by Lorenzo Lyons. It was in the running against this one. Unfortunately for Lorenzo Lyons, the king at the time was King David Kalakaua himself. So, of course, he won. Juice. Anyways, so Hawaii Pono'i is our state anthem now, and there are 3 verses, although you generally only hear 1. So we're going to be doing all 3 verses, all 3 poku, that means verse, as well as the hui or chorus. So we'll alternate back and forth. Ku'i luna, stand on up wherever you are. Pali ke kua means your back is straight like a cliff. Mahina ʻŌlelo, your face shines like the moon, and we even have a Hi Hawaii, a flag for you. So here we go. Hawaii Pono'i Pa. Hawaii Pono'i Nana I Komoi Kalani ʻAʻaliʻi He ʻAʻaliʻi Makualani e Kamehameha e Nā kaua e pale Ne ka ihe Hawaii Pono'i Nana I nā li'i Nā pua muli ko nā poki'i Makualani e Kamehameha e Nā kaua e pale Me ka ihe Hawaii meha e na kaua e pale me ka ihe. Mahalo for that. At this time in our routine, we like to welcome our hula ohana joining us from all around the world. So I'm going to check out who is watching us live today. And, ooh, fun. Okay, so of course, I see Patricia Reddy joining us from Boston, Massachusetts. Angelica Damaro, aloha no in Germany, Kelemania. I also see Kazue Sato in Yapana, Japan. Aloha. Nice to have you with us. Manahula Circle, our gang over there in Yapana as well. It is so good to see you. And Akemi, another friend, an old-time friend. Not that we're old, but we've known each other a long, long time. Akemi, it's great to have you. Thanks for joining us from Japan as well. So we have also Barbara Underwood from right here in the Pai'aina in the islands of Hawaii. She's over on Hawaii Island, Mokuo Keawe in Kailua Kona. Aloha e Barbara. Good to see you. And do we have our friends on YouTube joining us? Aloha to Rose and Jim. Aloha. Thanks for being with us. Sorry, I can't pull up those comments, but Rose and Jim, I'm so glad that you're with us today. Hopefully, some of us, will be watching the replay. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and send us a shout out as well. It's always good to hear that you are taking advantage of the replays of these classes, which are available right away. As soon as we're here on Facebook and YouTube, you can watch us over and over and over again. So at this time, we'd like to wish you a warm aloha from here in Hawaii. We're going to do the Oli Aloha, which was written by Kumu Pilahi Paki. And Kumu Pilahi Paki wrote this in honor of the word and the concept of aloha, telling us all how we can show aloha. Last week, we talked a little bit about that very first stanza, about what those words mean. And because it's Mahina ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi, I wanted to talk a little bit about this middle section, right? So the middle section here says, Aloha mai nā Hawaiʻi, which means greetings to all the Hawaii out there, all of the people of Hawaii, all of the lovers of Hawaii, all of the friends of Hawaii. It says, Ke aloha no kau mea nui. That means, for you, the most important thing for you to remember is aloha. It's kind of perfect because we have a day centered around aloha coming up this Monday. Do you know what Monday is going to be? February 14th? Valentine's Day. So it's fitting that we talk a lot about love. The third line here says, Eo mai e nā Hawaii. Now, the word eo means to call, but it also means to answer. So it's a reciprocal conversation between the people of Hawaii. We should reach out to one another and converse. And then this last one is very interesting to me because it says nā pua, which means the flowers, nā lei, which means the garlands, and nā mamo. Now, mamo can have a couple of different meanings, but a lot of times we'll talk about like birds, mamo birds, right? So there was some birds that just chattered outside the window. That was pretty awesome. Okay. Oh, there they are again. Okay. Nā pua, lei, nā mamo in this line actually refers to the pua, the children, the lei, the adults, and the mamo, the elders, or even the ones who have gone before us. So talking about all the different generations of Hawaii, we offer to all of those generations and to all of you our aloha. Okay, so let's do our Oli Aloha. We're going to do the whole thing top to bottom. Oli Aloha, pa. Akahai nā Hawaii, lo kahia kulike, olu olu kamana'o. Ha'a kokulana, aho nuyalana kila. Aloha mai nā Hawaii, ke aloha no kau mea nui. E o mai nā Hawaii, nā pua, lei, nā mamo. Ala mai e kalahui, laula e kaulana. O mai e ka lehu lehu, ha'ahe o e Hawaii. Ano ai no ke aloha. Ano ai no ke aloha. Aloha. So that's our aloha chant. At this time in our routine, we noho I lalo. So we have a seat. And my kumu, Lemomi I Maldonado, she was my kumu of many, many years. And she always had us do this little routine. And when we would do our prayers, we would always noho. And I think it has something to do with this idea of lowering yourself, of making yourself humble. Ha'a, ha'a is the term. So we lower ourselves close to the ground as we do these two prayers together. The first one is one that you may be familiar with. It is the Hawaiian doxology. The first verse, of course, was translated by Hiram Bingham. And then our dear friend, who unfortunately has passed away, Kumu Haunani Bernardino, she thought it was just too short. So she wrote the second verse, and we perform it with you now. Ho'onani. Ho'onani ka makua mau ke keiki me ka uhane no ke akua mau ho'o mai ka ipu ko ke au ko ke lau kuno ha'a ha'a ko ka honua na uli uli o ke kai na anola ni kau hoku na nani o ka onai au. Amen. Mahalo. Our second prayer that we do is an even simpler one. This is called E Kiakua, and it's done in the Kahoahoa style, which is call and response. So I will start, and Eames will answer. So here we go. E Kiakua, mahalo no, mahalo ya oi, no ke ala, amene, amene. Thank you. That was a low one again, huh? Sorry about that. All the time. Sorry. Okay, right now, what we normally do is we shift into asking you and you, pehea kia ni la. Sorry, just spit. This is live, folks. Okay, so pehea means how or how is. Ke means the, and anila is the weather. So pehea ke anila means how's the weather? And we mostly ask because we like to show off our beautiful island and our beautiful home here in Nu'uanu on the island of Oahu. That's a live view. You can see we had a little bit of a little bit of ua earlier this morning, but right now, this very moment, it eames. Pehea kia ni la. Ai, he la malie. No, it's super calm. The clouds are not even moving, so I bet you folks think that that is a still photo, but I promise you, it is not. That is, yeah. He said, look at the what? The tea leaf? The tea leaf is kind of wiggling a little bit, so that's a live view. Let us know in the comments how your anila is in your neck of the woods, in your part of the world. Pehea ki anila in Boston and in Yapana, Japan. Pehea ki anila in Germany. And whoever else is joining us, we want to know how you're doing. I hope you're having a beautiful day just like us. The next part of our routine helps us to rise up the sun, even though our sun is actually already up, thank goodness. And it is called ʻAʻaliʻi. ʻAʻaliʻi was written by Pua Kanakaʻole, and it helps us to follow the ritual of the sun rising. So ʻAʻaliʻi means wake up, sun, we're ready to go. We always do this 3 times in a row. I think we're just going to do it straight through 3 times. So we start with this pattern of upoho, which is cupped hands 2 times, and then pa'i, flat hands. Okay? So get in the zone, the ʻAʻaliʻi zone. ʻAʻaliʻi. Here we go. Upoho, upoho, pa'i, upoho, ʻAʻaliʻi, pa. ʻAʻaliʻi, kalai kahikina, I ka moana hohonu, Pi'i ka lewa nu'u, I ka hikina, aia kala. ʻAʻaliʻi, second time, and ʻAʻaliʻi, kalai kahikina, I ka moana hohonu, Pi'i ka lewa nu'u, I ka hikina, aia kala. ʻAʻaliʻi, third time, ready, and ʻAʻaliʻi, kalai kahikina, I ka moana hohonu, Pi'i ka lewa nu'u, I ka hikina, aia kala. ʻAʻaliʻi. That's it. I did it wrong. Our next chant that we do is called E Ho Mai. And E Ho Mai was written by another kanaka ole, this time by Edith ke kuhi kuhi pu'u o neona likioko hala kanaka ole. And she wrote this to help us to focus our energies on learning the deeper meaning of our hulas and our chants, our prayers, and our dances. So this one we also do 3 times. Each time, hapai ko leo, lift up your voice, and we're going to modulate each time. Okay? So here we go. E ho mai pa. E ho mai ka ike mai luna mai e o na mea huna Noʻeau na mele. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai e ho mai ka ike mai luna mai e o na mea huna Noʻeau na mele. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai e ho mai ka ike mai luna mai e o na mea huna Noʻeau na mele. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai e. Good job. Very good. At this time, we always work with our ipu. So if you have an ipu at home, you can go and grab it. If you don't have an ipu at home, don't worry about it. We're going to grab our ipu right now. And our ipu, we gave names. So this is my ipu right here. This ipu is called Hina. And I call her Hina because the word Hina, it's a name of a goddess, which is goddess-like. But also, Hina means to lie down or to be prone or to topple. So let me demonstrate Hina's superpower. There she goes. All right, and this is ku. This is Im's ipu ku, which means to stop or to stand tall, and there you go. That's how we did it. Okay, so the ipu right here is made of a hollowed out gourd. We're gonna do a little mele that talks about how to make an ipu, taught to me first by Kamehameha Schools up at the Explorations program. Hanawau I ka ipu heke ole pa. Hanawau I ka ipu heke ole. I ka ipu heke ole. Hanawau I ka ipu heke ole. I ka papa hana Noʻeau hana ho. Hanawau I ka ipu heke ole. I ka ipu heke ole. Hanawau I ka ipu heke ole. I ka papa hana Noʻeau and ku. Stop. Very good. Now, there are 4 main sounds that we make with the ipu. So we're going to go over them right now. The first is kind of an advanced technique. So if you can't get this one, don't worry about it. You don't need it. Put your hand on the side. Most people should be holding your ipu with your left hand and moving it with your right. But I am mirroring you. Eames is doing it the right way for him. So if you can, try hold it with your left hand, your lima hemo, and then you're gonna pa'i, hit the side with your lima aka with your right hand. Okay? So for the ka'ekeloloi, that rattling sound, you're just gonna alternate from pinky to thumb, back and forth. Okay? So this is sort of an ornamental piece. This is actually not the main beat. This just goes every time you hit the ipu on the ground for the u. So let's try that. We're gonna hit it on the ground, just the u, and every time you u, you're gonna go daga u, daga u, daga u. You know what I mean? I don't know what I mean. Ready? And here we go. 4 more. And cool. Very good. So that's the ka'eke loloi plus a little ooh something. Now, the next beat that you see on the slide is called pa. And pa means to hit or to reach or to blow and all of these kind of things. So pa, you're going to go ooh te. So that's where you're going to add in that schmack of the side. If you can remember to do that ka'eke loloi for the ooh, that's great. So here's your pattern. Ooh te, 4 times. Ready, pop. And cool. Stop. Nice job. The next one is called kahela, and this one is a utete, a double beat. Okay? Utete, utete, 4 times. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and cool. Nice job. The last beat is called ka'ekeloloi, and this is the most fun one. I think it's my favorite. You're going to get to hit the pale or the pad 3 times before you get a te te. So you got to ooh, te te. Join me, ready, cuckoo, go. That's 1. And 2. And 3. Last one. Cool. Very good. So we like to practice each of these components individually because then we can string them together into some patterns. You want easy or hard this morning? Hard, okay? You heard it. He wants something hard, okay? So I'm going to rattle off some beats and you're going to play them in that order. So here we go. He said he wants hard. So we're going to go with 8 different things. Are you ready? Pa, kahela. Pa, kahela. Kahela, pa, kahela, pa. I know it's not that hard, but it's long. Okay? Got it? 1, 2, ready, go. Pa, kahela. Pa, kahela, and kahela, and a pa. Kahela, and a pa. That's good. Okay, almost the same length. Ready? Pa, 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 kahela. Pa, kahela, cuckoo. Good. 1, 2, ready, go. I was doubting myself in my head if I even remembered what I said. Okay, are you ready for something really hard? A challenge to turn on your brain? Yeah. Okay, don't freak out. Here we go. Pa, kahela, kahela, pa. Kahela, pa, pa, kahela. Pa, kahela, cuckoo. Cuckoo, kahela, pa. Got it? I'm going to repeat it one more time. Ready? Here I go. Pa, kahela, kahela, pa. Kahela, pa, pa, kahela. Pa, kahela, cuckoo. Cuckoo, kahela, pa. You got it? I don't think I got it. Okay, ready? Just play whatever you want. It's fine. Okay. 1, 2, ready, go. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. I was like, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. Okay, let's put our ipu away, away, away. Put your ipu away. Okay, oh, sorry. Whew. Okay. So at this time, it is the part that we're going to dive into our language. So actually, can you grab that for me? we have been sharing each week in February some of our favorite ʻŌlelo Noʻeau. Thank you, prop master too. Okay, so ʻŌlelo Noʻeau. Oh, it kind of matches our outfits. Come, let's make a card like this. We're like Native Books hire us to, or Bishop Museum Press actually. Okay, ready? Smile. Okay. Anyways, the ʻŌlelo Noʻeau text was put together by Mary Kavenapukui, and she went around and gathered some of the most famous sayings from all of our kupuna. And our kupuna are our elders, ancestors, and things like that. I think she mostly asked the ones that were still alive, not the ones that had passed away. You never know. She might have had a seance. Okay. So, anyways, inside this book, there are, somebody asked me the other day, how many are there? I wanted to double check. So there are almost 3,000, 2,942 wise sayings that have been passed down from generation to generation. And the saying that I wanted to focus on today, there's two, and they center around the word Hālau, H-A-L-A-U. The first ʻŌlelo Noʻeau that we're going to do is one of my favorites. It says, ʻaʻohe pau ka ike I ka hālau hoʻokahi. So you see it right there. It is number 203 from the ʻŌlelo Noʻeau book. And ʻaʻohe pau ka ike I ka hālau hoʻokahi literally means all knowledge, all learning is not taught in the same school. So ʻaʻohe pau ka ike I ka hālau hoʻokahi has a kind of figurative meaning, which is that you can learn from many different sources. When I grew up in the hula, my kumu was Leimomi'i Maldonado, and she lived by this saying. She was the kumu of our school, but she also sent us out to learn from many, many, many different teachers. Some of them taught hula, and some of them taught other things like how to make implements or leis or chanting and things like that. So I put together a little slide to show you some of the kumu that I have had the pleasure to learn from. So of course you see my Auntie Lei Maldonado in that top corner. She was my rock, my hula mom, everything. She taught me pretty much everything I know. Right next to her with the lei hulu and the seed lei, you see Kumu John Keola Lake, who I learned chanting from, as well as hula ki'i, puppet hula, which is kind of cool. Right next to Uncle John, you see Uncle Kimo Mansfield, who taught me a lot about showmanship and how to work the stage. He was, a classic hula dancer, well known in Waikiki, and always dressed to the nines. All the way on the second row, far across there, you see Kumu Hattie Eldridge Phillips. And I learned a lot about how to be olu, how to be easygoing, and how to say yes to help out wherever you need. She was my mentor at Punahou School. And to this day, I'm trying my best to fill her shoes there at Punahou. Right in the center, you see Uncle Kimo Alama Keolana. And oh, what haven't I learned from him? I have learned so many mele about our Pai'aina from almost every island, about every ʻAʻaliʻi. I've learned hula. I've learned mostly a lot of jokes. I learned all of my best jokes from Uncle Kimo. And he's hilarious. And I'm so lucky that I get to continue to learn from him almost every day at school. Right next to him, you see Uncle Kavika Trask. He taught me about the show business of Waikiki. I danced for him in Waikiki at the Ilikai Hotel and also at the Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center. And so he taught me what it was to be a showgirl and how to put my lashes on correctly, Auntie Nola in the bottom corner there taught me everything I know about Hawaiian choral music. And she also taught me that dancing hula is not that different from directing a choir. And that's how I got into my career that I'm in now, which is teaching music. Right next to Auntie Nola, you see Kumu Keave Lopes, who I learned Hawaiian language from, but also the importance of being a loyal haumana and just honoring the fact that, we honor our teachers through our actions. Finally, on this card, my another kumu that I got to learn under was Auntie Harmony Brighter. And she actually, Auntie Lay, Momi Maldonado, would bring in Auntie Harmony at first to help with hair and makeup and to make sure that we looked pee. But Auntie Harmony taught us so much about how to hold ourselves, how to take hula really seriously, and how to put our best foot forward every time we stepped onto the stage. So those are just a few of the lessons that I learned from the many different sources. Now, if we look back at the ʻŌlelo Noʻeau, that same ʻŌlelo Noʻeau, you'll see ʻaʻohe pau ka ike I ka Hālau hoʻokahi. And you can see that word Hālau. The word Hālau often refers to a hula school, but it actually just means a home, a house, like a structure. And that house could be for carving canoe. That house could be for learning hula. It could also be for, learning about lua or Hawaiian traditions. There's a very, very loud truck parked right over there. Anyways, he's moving on. The halau is that physical space that you occupy when you are bringing in knowledge. And so the reason that this ʻŌlelo Noʻeau jumped out to me is because this week we have blessed a brand new halau space for our hula school, our students that are here on the island of Oahu. It has been a journey. Ever since we opened the halau in 2010, we started at Sacred Hearts Academy. After I left Sacred Hearts Academy, then we went to Kahala. My kumu actually let me use her halau for a time at Kahala Mall. Then we went to Community Church of Honolulu in 2013, and we stayed there for quite some time. That's where Eames Papa was the pastor at Community Church. And then after that, we moved it to a co-working space that we had in Kaka'ako. We owned a co-working space with some partners, and we did hula out of a co-working space in 2017. In 2018, we brought hula back home right here, same bookshelves behind there. We welcomed the keiki into our home. But then, as we all know, 2020, Hālau went to Zoom. We went online, and that's how we found some of you folks. In 2021, we were so needing to bring our people back in person. So we met, we met at Ala Moana Beach Park. Even though we didn't have a physical covering over us or a space that was built, that was the Hālau at the time. We needed to be outdoors to be safe, and we were able to gather there and learn a lot of really beautiful lessons. So also in 2021, we bought a big tent so that we could come back to the house and be outside in the back over here. And the tent, it lasted for as long as it could, but the legs just couldn't hold on any longer. So we actually built a space right here on our property. We renovated a carport. And I have to give a very special thank you to my husband, Luke, for renovating this space. And we were able to welcome back our keiki yesterday. We had 23 of them come back for hula in our brand new halau here in Nu'uanu on the island of Oahu. So for those of you that live abroad, I hope that you will be able to come and see our halau. ʻAʻohe pau ka ike I ka Hālau hoʻokahi. Not all knowledge can be learned in one space. In fact, you might have to go to 9 different ones and learn all the lessons that you need to learn in every halau along the way. So that is our ʻŌlelo Noʻeau. There's one more ʻŌlelo Noʻeau that I wanted to throw up here really quickly, and then we'll move on, I promise. Did you get that second ʻŌlelo Noʻeau? That's it. So this one, real quick, is number 2017. It says, Lo'a keola I Hālau, which means life is obtained in the house of life. And when you say this saying, Lo'a keola I ka Hālau, or sometimes you'll hear it said, Lo'a keola. They kind of skip over the loa'a. Lo'a keola I ka Hālau. What they're saying is, we are happy, safe, we are well again. It's a play on the word ola, which means life. And that is how I feel. Now that we have our halau back here at home, but safely outdoors-ish, life has been restored, and we're so glad to be back. So hopefully you folks will be able to visit our new life-filled space sometime. But, we'll still be here on Facebook to see you every week if you can't make it. So, mahalo for that. That's our Hālau ʻŌlelo Noʻeau for the day. All right, it's time to hula. I know that's a lot of talking. She's always talking this kumu. Okay, move on. Pua ʻAʻaliʻi is our hula for the month of Pepeluwali for the month of February. And this one, we did one verse. Last week, we started this one. And it was written by another kumu, a kumu kula, Anuenue Punua. I think do we have a picture of Anuenue? There she is. Beauty that she is. So Anuenue Punua is a contemporary haku mele composer of this time. She continues to write beautiful mele. This one was written a little while ago. Pua ʻAʻaliʻi was written in honor of the ʻAʻaliʻi plant, which can withstand strong winds and rains. And also in honor of her kumu, Manu Boyd, and her Hālau ʻAʻaliʻi kumakani. All of it together, we're so blessed to have this beautiful, beautiful song. So let's review verse number 1. Pauku ekahi, as you see there, means verse 1, and it talks about the cold. So I wore my coldest mu'umu'u, no shoulders, no sleeves. Okay, ikeanu, for ikeanu, you're going to bring your hands straight out in front of you, and then you're going to cross them at your chest. Remember, we said that we're going to put our left hand on the outside. I'm mirroring you. So from here, out in front of your shoulders, you're going to bring it to your cold shoulders. Then you're going to bring your hands up to the side, and then you're going to rain down diagonally, and then rain down diagonally, just like that, kind of making a crisscross. The kipu'upu'u rain is kind of a strong driving rain. There were warriors that were also named kipu'upu'u. So this is not just a, mist that hangs in the air. This rain is coming for you. So here we go, ikeanu in the cold. Ikeanu o kaua kipu'upu'u. And then other side. That's it. Then, ke pa mai, you're going to bring your hands touching together. Pa means to touch. So you're going to literally touch your hands together, and then you're going to open. I love last week someone said, that motion looks like a seal clapping. Hopefully I don't look like a seal, but I get what you're saying. I think it was one of our friends from Japan, and I don't think they meant it as an insult, but well, whatever. Okay, so let's try again. Ikeanu in the cold. Ikeanu o kaua kipu'upu'u. And other side, raining down. Ke pa mai mele ka ili. For ili, that means it's touching the skin. You're going to touch from your left shoulder, and then you're going to show the skin down on your left arm, and then repeat it from your right shoulder. Flip the palm down this way. Okay, so I showed off a little extra skin today. By the way, I have to give a shout out. This dress is from Kiele. They're actually a brand that's known for jewelry, but they're kind of venturing into the aloha wear realm. And so they gave me this dress, and I love it. So thank you to Marilee. Okay, ikeanu. One more time. Just the hands. Hands forward. Ikeanu. Left hand on the outside. O kaua. Raining down. Kipu'upu'u. Other side, rain down. Ke pa mai means to touch. Ke pa mai ma'ele ka ili. Yes. Yeah. So this ma'ele term, it's numbing the skin. Remember I told you it's a driving rain. So when it hits your skin, it kind of makes it tingle almost. Okay, let's add some feet work to this. So it's going to start out very, very simple. Ka holo step. So for the ka holo step, you're going to step to the right. 1, 2, 3, together. Left, 2. Let's do again just the ka holo step just to get rhythm. 1, 2, 3, together. Left, 2, 3, together. Okay, so when we do ikeanu, we're going to bring our hands in. Remember, left hand on the outside. Why do we do that? Because the left hand has to go the farthest. So we don't want it to be stuck in a traffic jam over here, yeah? Bring your left hand on the outside so it can back out first, tandem parking no ho'i. Okay, ikeanu, ready, holo, right. Ike anu o ka ua ki pu'u pu'u. And other side. Ke pa'amai ma'ele ka ili. Other side again. Okay? This dress, I should have hemmed it, but if you notice, I'm kind of floating a little bit. That's because I should hem this dress, but I just wanted to show it off. I was so excited. Okay, shall we try that verse with the music? Let's. Okay. Is it going? We need the speaker first. Okay, first verse. Here we go. Alcohola. Easy peasy. Ike anu. Ike anu o ka ua ki pu'u pu'u. Ke pa'amai ma'ele. From the skin of your shoulder down to your fingertips and other side. Repeat again. Ike anu o ka ua ki pu'u pu'u. Ke pa'amai ma'ele ka ili. Down, shoulder, and down. How was that? Good? All right. I almost forgot to mention that there is a vamp at the very beginning, but between all of the verses, no more vamp. Okay? And a vamp, in case you're new to hula, vamp is just that little break. It's sort of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's a break between the verses so that you can have a little brain. Okay, what's coming up next? And then, but in this particular song, the verses go back to back to back. There's no break. Only at the beginning, kind of as an introduction. Yeah. So for this vamp, you're going to have your right hand, actually right hand can be down. Left hand is going to go out to the side and then into the front. Then you're going to switch it, opposition. So your right hand now is going to go from that side to the front. Okay? So that's your vamp just at the beginning part. It might come back a little bit later, but once we get into the verses, it just goes boom, boom, boom. Okay? Let's try it now with that added vamp. Ready? Here it is. Ka holo, side, front, side, and ike anu. Ike anu o ka ua ki pu'u pu'u. Other side. Ke pa'amai touching and numbing the skin. Follow your hand from top down, top. Ike anu. You can look over that right shoulder, up to the left. Follow the hands as they rain down. Keep pu'u pu'u rain. Ke pa'amai look front. Don't forget to smile. Good. Nice. Now, as I'm thinking about this word ma'ele ka ili, in English, when we say something is numbing, you know, it says like, oh, it was so frustrating. It was mind numbing. That's usually a bad thing. Yeah. In this Hawaiian poetry, ma'ele ka ili, when your skin is numbed, it's not a bad thing. It's not saying you're not feeling. In fact, it's saying, you know, I feel alive by feeling that tingling of the skin. I'm experiencing nature and all of that is. So it has sort of a different connotation in Hawaiian than it does in English. You know, when you say, oh, it was just numbing, the experience was numbing. Usually that's not a good thing in English. In Hawaiian, mai ka'i. Okay, let's move on. Eames, you ready to do verse number 2? Okay, so pauku e lua, verse number 2, talks about the uhi vai. Uhi vai. Now, you see the word vai in uhi vai, and do you know what vai means? Water, specifically fresh water. That's it. So uhi vai is fresh water. And Eames knows a chant that we've learned about the water cycle. Uhi vai is sort of part of that that water cycle, but not all water goes through this part of the cycle. Uhiwai is fog. Uhi can mean to block. So water that blocks, yeah? Like when you are in London and it's very foggy, you can't see anything. So that's why it's called uhiwai. It's the water that blocks your view. So olu olu ka uhiwai, this water, or this fog rather, is up at Mauna Kea. Mauna Kea is on, do you know what island it is on? Yes, it is on Hawaii Island, absolutely. So Mauna Kea is a very important place for our Hawaiian people because it is said to be the connection between Papa and Wakea, sort of our origin story as you have it. So this place, Mauna Kea, is olu olu. It's pleasant. Remember, I was talking about olu olu a little bit earlier with Auntie Hattie. So Mauna Kea is pleasant because of this thick, heavy fog that obstructs your view. Kind of a cool thought. Let's go to Mauna Kea and see if we can find this. Let's go. Okay, so olu olu ka uhiwai. Here's what you're going to do. We're going to just go straight into the uhiwai motion. So here's what I want you to do. Cross your hands in front of your face. And then you're going to open up the fog this way. So your palms turn in towards yourself. Not palms front. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Okay. But from here, you're going to turn your palms in and you're going to open this way. Yeah, like the curtain of fog is kind of just revealing. Yep. So the first part is going to be crossed. Olu olu ka uhiwai. That's it. O Mauna Kea. For Mauna Kea, of course, Mauna Kea is a very, very, very tall mountain. Okay. So we're going to stretch our arms. If you've ever seen a picture of Mauna Kea, it's kind of huge at the bottom and then it goes tall, but it doesn't go like this. It's not a peak above your head. Yeah. So you're going to bring your hands. Sorry. All the arms. Your arm's getting too long. Okay. Thank you. We need a wide angle for this one. You're going to stretch your arms out to the side. And you're going to go from here. And then it's going to go right here in front of you. Okay. So I don't know that maybe you have seen in the news when the protesters go and they do that motion with their hands. We're not going to do that exact motion because it's too literal. You know, we don't want to go too literal. But you're going to kind of bring your fingertips to touch and it's going to be right in front of your face, really. Okay? Yeah. So going to go out to the side, and right in front. And if you watch, my arms stay pretty straight. So here and here. Yeah, I don't want you to bend your arms too much. That looks kind of weak. So you're gonna just keep your arms straight. You're gonna go to the side and right in front. Okay, so let's go from olu olu ka uhiwai. Open your eyes, clear away the fog. Ready, go. Olu olu ka uhiwai, o Mauna Kea. That's it. Okay. Now the next words are, what are the next words? No, you're good. I was just blanking out. Oh, yeah. So it is there on the top of foggy Mauna Kea that she picked the flowers of the ʻAʻaliʻi. That's the plant that we're talking about. Now, ʻAʻaliʻi is so resilient. Even if the winds are blowing, it's very flexible. And it can, even if it's snowing, I think so. Yeah, if it's on Mauna Kea, it must be able to withstand very cold weather too, right? So malela or malaila means over there, or there. So put your left hand across your chest and your right hand is going to point over there. Okay, so when we do that, let me bring my hand close so you can see, try look at my hand. My finger is up, the rest of the fingers are down, just like that. So pointer finger is straight and then the rest of the fingers are curved. Thumb is kind of tucked in like that. Okay, wow, that was really close. So malaila, oh no, that's the wrong part. Olu olu ka uhiwai o Mauna Kea, malaila. Okay, and then o is me. So you're going to point towards yourself. Ohi ku'upua ʻAʻaliʻi, you're going to pick to this side. Okay, so you're gonna pick. It's like you're kind of grabbing it. Yeah, pick, and then you're gonna pick, and then you're gonna flower in the center. So it's kind of like you're breaking off something. You're gonna pluck it, and you're gonna pluck it, and then wow, what a pretty flower. Okay. The flower of this is actually kind of interesting. It doesn't have the same look of a flower that you might know. Do we have a picture of ʻAʻaliʻi we can show? Oh, yeah. There's she. Okay. So you see, it's kind of a little stubby. So we have to pick a lot to make a lei. You're going to pick some over here, and you're going to pick some over here. Oh, yeah, handfuls of them. And then, wow. And then all that picking, and there's not enough to make a lei. Okay, that's how it goes. Okay. So you already saw Eames kind of has it in his body. When you're picking, you're going to ka'o. So you're going to sway. 1, 2. And then for the flower, hela, this is my favorite. Hela right, point the right foot forward, and hela left. Yeah, only 2 flowers there. So can we do our ohi? Let's gather. Ready, sway to the right, away, right, and left. Hela right, hela left. I just choked on saliva. I'm sorry. Okay, let's try again. Picking ʻAʻaliʻi. Ready, go. Pick a bunch. Pick a bunch. You still need to pick more. That's all right. Okay, so now let's do it. The beginning part is going to be all ka holo, so super simple. Olu olu ka uhiwai. Ready and holo. Olu olu ka uhiwai. Make mauna ke o mauna ke. Ea malaila au I ohi ku upua ʻaliʻi and hela. Okay, he's gonna tell me I did one thing wrong. When you go to the side, remember I said keep your arms straight, and then I bent my arms. I'm sorry. Oh, I thought you were gonna catch me on that. Okay, are you ready to try it one more time? From olu olu. Yeah. Holo to the right. Ready and olu olu. Olu olu ka uhiwai. Straight arms. O mauna ke. Ea malaila au. I ohi ku'u pua ʻaliʻi. And point. And then olu olu repeats again. Let's have the thing sing because it's too low for me to reach right now. Okay. Olu olu. From the base of Mauna Kea all the way to the top. It is there that I pick flower and olu olu. There it is. Over there. Add one small detail. When you do malailau, just to emphasize the odea motion, the over there motion, can we kaholo forward? So we're going to go malaila over there is where I found plenty flowers and flowers and flowers. Okay, can we make that change? Okay, we're going to start all the way from the beginning one time. So we will do both verses, starting with verse 1. Which starts with Ike anu, and then second verse, kahe is olu olu, olu olu. Okay, ready? Starts with a vamp, hand is in opposition. Ka holo. Smile. Ike anu. Up to the mountain. Raining down. Pa mai, it touches and no my skin paw mai, touch in front and open with the sleeveless. Olu olu, cross in front. Mauna kea, stretch your arms straight. Okay, you ready for that change? Going forward, ma laila. And then back. Pick. Hello. Olu olu. Mauna kea. Ma laila, move forward. Pick. 1, 2. Hela and hela. Good job. There's a little instrumental next. I'll tell you next week what we're going to do for that. For now, we're pretty much out of time. We will end today with Eam's favorite, Hoki Hoki Poi Balls. I hope that you have been enjoying our ʻŌlelo Noʻeau. Next week, I'll just choose one. I know sometimes I just get so into it and I can't choose just one. There's so many good ones. Okay. So we end with Hoki Hoki, which of course is not a Hawaiian song, not a Hawaiian tradition, but something that we love to end with. A lot of fun. You gotta have fun with yourself. Don't take it too seriously, right? Show you a quick, do we have a calendar? What's happening in February? Maybe? Not sure. Our Tuesday nights, we are working on the song Mahina ʻŌlelo. There we are. It's all good. So Mahina ʻŌlelo, of course, is a song by Keliʻi Raichel and Puakea Nogomeyer. And it talks about Keliʻi's mom and his love for his parents. On Fridays, we have our beginning keiki and our intermediate keiki. So glad to be back with them. And I forgot to put it on the calendar, but we will be here on Facebook every Saturday with ʻŌlelo Noʻeau, celebration of Hawaiian language, and Pua ʻAʻaliʻi. So, hope that you'll join us again. Hope that you'll invite some friends, maybe. With that, tahilua torufa tiorahi. Very good. Oh, trying to play Christmas music. I've had a lot of fun sharing about ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi and hula with you. Thanks, Eames, for being my trusty assistant, and also to Luke behind the camera. From all of us to all of you, keep practicing, and until next time, ahui ho.